Ladies of my channel, I think it's time for us to have these conversations because, you know, I don't subscribe to the divine masculine, divine feminine thing. It doesn't make sense to me because everybody has masculine and feminine energy within them. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a balance with the two. There's nobody, one has one, the other one has the other one. So that divine masculine, divine feminine stuff, I don't subscribe to. But when gender roles that the society gives, the male is masculine, the female is feminine. And so, like, there's stories out here where, men, they do this a lot. Men do this a lot. They cheat on their wives, their girlfriends, the people that they're in commitments with because they have low self-esteem. Like, their partner could be very driven, knows how to go out there and make money, knows how to provide for the family. And the man may be a little bit insecure because they are not as driven. They don't, instead of looking at what their spouse is doing and making it drive them, they pick up jealous tendencies and go out and self-sabotage. They may go out and cheat on the wife or the spouse and create these victim mentalities. So they're telling the other person that, oh, this person is just so bad. They bad with this, they bad with this, they bad with this. But, what I be thinking, because I've dealt with men like this, that play victim, and I immediately cut them off because it's just like what I'm evaluating in my mind is, why is that person doing all of that? Well, so what do you do? I start asking questions. And that's normally whenever I can spot whether or not the man is lying or not. Because, it'll be a situation where, they telling me, oh, she did this and she did this and I'll be like, well, why did she do that? What is her state of mind? Because I'm a woman. So, I'm always, it is some crazy women out here. But I'm always look at it from her perspective first because I can relate with most things that women go through, and I'm going to see, like, well, why she do that, and then that's when you're going to spot and know whether or not a man is being done wrong or not. Because these men will get out here and be having midlife crisis and will have a perfectly stable situation that they're in, but because they are not building the way that they would like to be building or being able to provide or being able to be in control the way that and it ain't even about control of the situation. That's another thing that people need to get out of. It's not about control, it's about partnership. But it's like, if you're not equally yoked as far as, the same capabilities, the same drive, coming at this equally, then that could cause one of the people to, feel that lack of what they're not bringing in, instead of just looking at themselves and figuring out what they need to figure out about themselves so that they can bring more to the table. They go out there and cheat and self-sabotage and break things apart because they're having a midlife crisis and they want to have some type of control because they don't know how to bring control into their life. So they cause chaos into a situation just so that they can feel like they getting on their feet, only to realize later on that they fall right flat back on their face because they do not have self-control. Meanwhile, they out there trying to make it like, oh, it's this person. They just not doing this. They're just not doing that the whole time. This person is doing everything that they're supposed to be doing. This is why the structure and the foundation is the way that it is. But because one person refuses to look at themselves, refuses to take accountability, and refuse to be an adult, they self-sabotage, get into a midlife crisis, go out there and wreck everything up, and everything falls apart. And then everybody is just sitting here looking crazy, holding their hands. I don't know what's going on, but this one person knows what's going on. It's just that they fucked up a good thing that they had going on because of their low self-esteem, and they're willing to take accountability. Ladies, don't deal with men like this, because I have been seeing this over the past 2 or 3 years. Men out here dragging and slandering women because, and it's just grew like, the one thing that I've looked at statistically over the years is that the African American female is on the rise more than any other race of genders, and more than any other race when it comes down to the feminine energy. And so the brothers do not know how to handle this. It's been a shift. The brothers are so used to being able to provide and protect, but it's a programming. It's a programming that then, took place, for the past at least 400 years since we have became captives. And, you know, we haven't came back together to work it out, to be able to let go some of the stuff that's going on. So, you know, men are getting jealous. They get insecure about their positions. They going out here thinking, you know, they can take what they got and go out here and cheat, but they never can detach because, you know, they codependent. And so it's just a lot of bad stuff going on out here in these streets. You know, y'all got to be careful of these men because they out here. And I've been seeing it grow more and more over the past couple of years. I've never seen men in this position like how battered women be in. Except for these men ain't getting battered. They just don't know how to manage and control their life. And the person that they with can only do so much for them. And so they know this. They consciously, and that's the thing. These people consciously know what they're doing. But because they fail to sit down and look at themselves, they just cannot look at it and see it as a me problem, that it's something else, it's somebody else, it's always someone else. You got to be careful of those kinds, baby. And they out here heavy at this moment. So just wanted to put that out there. Y'all be careful of these victim mentality men because, baby, they out here, you know. And they'll have women getting slandered all over the world because they present themselves in a light. And people can't see that light for real, what's behind that light. See, what people don't understand is it's okay to be in the light, but what's the beneath the surface of that light? Make sure all that is clean too. Because they'll go out here and tell a story and make a person look like this, but really ain't. It's just a reflection of how they feeling on the inside. And they just projecting it upon that person. Y'all got to stay woke and be careful out here in these streets.